Hello everybody, and welcome to a different style of video. Today, I want to talk about the new images and the review that IGN recently put out for the upcoming video game Jurassic Park Survival. This sort of thing is kind of where I want my channel to go into the future, news about the Jurassic franchise. But don't worry, when there's something new when it comes to paleontology, I will still be covering it. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So in case you somehow missed it, Jurassic Park Survival is an upcoming survival horror game that was revealed in December of last year. However, after that, there was pretty much no word from the developers or Universal on what exactly was going on with the game. However, luckily, just a few days ago, IGN posted an interview with Universal Products and Experiences executive producer John Melcher and Saber Interactive creative director Oliver Hollis-Like. These two drop many hints about what exactly this game is going to offer. But before I talk about that, I need to address the huge thing that came with this interview. 4 new images. 3 of which are screenshots from the alpha version of the game, and the 4th being a piece of concept art. Right now, I'm just going to show the images and talk about what I think might be going on in each of them. Alright, so the first image we have here is one of Rexy. We know that this is Rexy because this game takes place one day after the events of the original film. It also is set on Isla Nublar, meaning the only T-Rex there is going to be Rexy. In this image, she just kind of seems to be walking around, which makes me think that hopefully this game will be, in fact, open world. So basically what I'm thinking is that Rexy could just kind of be roaming around the island as the player does the objectives, and she just sort of acts as a obstacle if you were to come too close to her. However, I do definitely think that it's possible that there will still be certain parts of the game where Rexy is going to basically act as the main threat. If this is the case, then please, Universal, please add the raft section. Now for the second picture, we have something interesting. In it, we get to see the velociraptors. Yes, velociraptors, as in plural. There are 3 of them standing under the night sky. Now, some people are frightened that because there's a pack of raptors, the game may not be canon like we expected it to be. However, I have reason to believe that there is still a way to make sure the game remains canon while still having an entire pack of raptors. So the reason people believe that this breaks canon is because in Jurassic Park there were only 3 raptors, 2 of which were killed by Rexy and the 3rd was locked away in a freezer. As we saw in the first trailer for Jurassic Park Survival, the raptor in the freezer does somehow manage to escape. Okay, great, but that doesn't explain the other 2. Well, also in the original film, we get a scene of Alan Grant sitting in a nest of hatched velociraptor eggs. Yep, I believe that these 2 other raptors in the screenshot might be those baby raptors, except of course all grown up now. So there you have it. We can still have a raptor pack without breaking the canon. So for the next image, we get to see the inside of the introductory tour from the film. This gets me excited because it means that we'll probably get to explore the inside of the visitor center and get to see a bunch of rooms in there that were never fully explored or even mentioned at all in the original film. And assuming this is a type of open world game, we should get plenty of time to explore the visitor center. And I'm very certain that within some of these potential rooms, there may be clues to lore that we previously didn't know about. I also really hope that dinosaurs will be able to come inside the building and chase you around until you can get away from them. We do actually get to see something like this in the trailer, where Maya Joshi is stalked by a Dilophosaurus in the kitchen. However, that isn't actual in-game footage. That was an animation for the trailer. But that doesn't mean that stuff like that won't transfer over to the actual game. And for our final image, we get a piece of concept art showing some sort of building. This building, at least from my knowledge, has never appeared before in any of the films or animated series, meaning that this is an uncharted area we've never seen before. Because it's something new, this allows the developers to really do whatever they want with it, which is super awesome. This building also has a symbol on it reading A1. Now, I looked through Google to see if this has ever appeared before in the franchise, and it hasn't. A1 is likely just the name of the facility. Now that we've gone through all the pictures, let's get into the actual people and what they had to say in the review. There are a few quotes that I want to go over, the first of which being this quote from John Melcher. "We have been working with all our stakeholders on what the island would have looked like after the events of the film. This includes areas we all love like the visitor center and the T-Rex paddock. but also what we didn't see, things that were not part of the tour or got cut off by the storm. Those on the island were supposed to be there overnight, so what does that mean? What would they have seen? Where would they have stayed if everything went according to plan? That is where we are starting. One thing is certain, the island is as much a part of the story as the characters and dinosaurs. Now, I want to take a moment to focus on the part where he talks about attractions that the characters in the film were supposed to see, but never got to because of the hurricane. Now, if you take a look at the official map for Jurassic Park, you'll see that there really weren't any attractions that the main cast missed. But if you look in the background of this scene from the film, you'll see many different things pop up on the projector screen. Some notable ones include an aviary, which could possibly mean we finally get to see Sierradactylus. But I wouldn't be too certain of that because, as far as I'm aware, no pterosaurs were on Isla Nublar in 1993. The other thing I want to point out is this, a river cruise. I think you know where I'm headed with this. For those of you who don't know, in Michael Crichton's novel, Alan Grant and the kids are chased by the adult Tyrannosaurus while riding on a raft. This cruise location would be the perfect excuse to incorporate this scene from the novel into the game. Hey there, this is future me. Just wanted to bring up that as I was going to edit the video, I realized that river raft thing was confirmed. There's another image that recently came up. Concept art of these two velociraptors chasing Maya Joshi down a river on a raft. Add a T-Rex and my dreams will be fulfilled. Anyway, I'll bring you back to your scheduled program. In another quote, Melcher says this: "There will also be times when the player will need to move very carefully through an environment to avoid the attention of certain predators." This is further supporting the argument that this game is going to be open world. Having to check routes in advance means that dinosaurs are probably just going to randomly show up around the map. Sometimes they could be there, sometimes they may not be. This quote really does make me believe that the dinosaurs in this game are going to have some sort of free-roaming AI that we, as a player, have to avoid in order to stay alive. And speaking of dinosaurs, when Melcher is asked about whether or not there's going to be new dinosaurs in the game, he replies saying this: "Life finds a way." Now, to me, this absolutely means that we are going to see new dinosaurs in Jurassic Park Survival. But what new dinosaurs that weren't in the film can we expect to see? Well, if we take a look at the official map for the park, we can see 5 dinosaurs that we have the chance of seeing in this new game. The one that's least likely to appear, in my opinion, is Baryonyx, considering this wouldn't exactly be a new dinosaur because it has appeared in both Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World Dominion. However, what they could do is take the design from the Jurassic World website and use that in the game to make it seem new. However, I doubt they'd do that because it probably would cause some confusion as to whether or not the two Baryonyx designs, and maybe even the newly added Suchomimus, are all the same dinosaur. Now with that out of the way, let's get to the other dinosaurs that will likely be appearing. The first of which is Metracanthosaurus. This has been a highly requested creature to see, and here would be the perfect excuse to finally use it. It'd also be nice to see a mid-sized carnivore put into the Jurassic Park era, as that's not really something we got to see in the original trilogy. Stegosaurus is another dinosaur on the map that the fans would probably love to see because other than the recent DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2, this dinosaur has not appeared in anything related to the Jurassic franchise despite it being a canonical animal. I imagine these guys sort of acting like compies, pretty much swarming the player if they feel threatened. The last 2 dinosaurs are Proceratosaurus and Herrerasaurus, which, while cool to see, probably would just fill the same roles as Stegosaurus and Metracanthosaurus. In my opinion, they wouldn't really add anything new to the game. All of this news about the game has been really exciting. However, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to end this video on a bit of a somber note. Saber Interactive and Universal have confirmed that the game will not be releasing in 2024. Yeah, that really sucks. However, if we use a positive mindset, we can try and assume that since they're dedicating so much time to developing the game, Jurassic Park Survival will end up being the perfect game that Jurassic fans have been asking for years. And that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this little report on all the new information we have for the new game, and there will be more news videos to come in the near future. Until then, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.